Where will the line be drawn with AI? And will there ever be a line drawn? Because AI models have just now received the coveted spot on the pages of Vogue magazine.
So my name is Bella Hadid.
And people are not happy at all. So this is the new Vogue, the August edition of Vogue, and here is the AI model. So she's in two different outfits, and then it says, produced by some artist on AI. So people saw this, and obviously they haven't said what element of these photos is produced via AI, but a lot of people are thinking maybe it's the woman. And I'm thinking more likely than not it is the woman, but we don't know. But regardless, the fact that we even have to think that that woman is probably AI is crazy to me. They should mark on the photo what is the AI. It's one thing if it's a cute photo of a woman and then they're just using AI tools to tweak her hair or to, I don't know, with the photoshopping, but not the creation of the image itself. And that's what people don't know whether or not that has happened with this. More specifically, this was an ad for Guess, but it was in Vogue, so it still counts. Anna Wintour hasn't been gone for more than a week, and they're already allowing this.
It's just baffling to me. Why is it so impossible to put together a decent run-through? You people have had hours and hours to prepare.
Here is some of the internet's response to this news. Because again, the fashion girlies, us creatives who love fashion, love art, we're not happy with this news. This is so emo and sad. So clearly it's just commenting on the fact that that was human. And whatever this new thing is not. One person said, AI being in any creative space is so wild to me. Again, there are elements of this that can help and elements that can very, very much hurt. Say it with me now, we need laws surrounding AI. Don't know why that's not an already thing. I truly don't. And I'm not one for, big laws, big government. That's not my thing. But regarding this, because it's protecting human beings, which I believe is one of the key principles of a governing body is to actually protect the people, I'm okay with them establishing some form of laws because right now it is just this, I don't even know. And that's scary. Do you agree? Now that I have an AI guy on my team who really likes AI, do you think there should be laws around it?
No.
Really?
Laws, no.
Wow,
No.
Interesting.
I think the culture is going to end up, at least the artist culture, the creative culture is going to have to end up figuring what it is that AI is in their world. I think there's a lot of uses for it. I don't want someone coming in and telling me what I can and can't do with it before we even know how it works.
That's the problem. We don't know what it's capable of. I don't want the government being like, well, you can't use AI in magazines under 5 pages. That just sounds like ridiculous government regulation. But I'm talking about safety, big picture about what AI could do. Even Elon and everyone's like, yeah, there needs to be guidelines on this thing because it could get out of hand. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. Vogue can afford just about any model in the world. They are the fashion magazine. There is no excuse or reason for this. There are so many men and women that would just do anything to get on the cover of Vogue or to get in Vogue as a model that's the pinnacle of your career. It is especially jarring if that's the case with this situation, which I think is why people are just like, what do you mean Vogue is not even bringing on models anymore? And where does that lead? Again, we're still in the early baby infancy stages of this. Where does that lead in 10 years? Now, I don't fully know if this is a real woman, but I do know that real men shave with Jeremy's razors. So men, stop living like a myth and start shaving like a legend with Jeremy's razors. The politically incorrect razor for men. It is equipped with 5 barber-grade blades and a moisturizing aloe strip. Jeremy's razors are sharp enough for thick, beastly scruff, yet smooth enough for daily use. Hundreds of thousands of men and women agree Jeremy's razors delivers barber-grade blades right in the palm of your hand. While there are other razors that snap and just treat you like crap, Jeremy's razors offers a world-class shave without the shame. So if you want to try Jeremy's razors today, you can for only $7.99 and they will ship directly to your home. So to all the real men and real ladies out there, if you are in need of a new razor, you can head to jeremy'srazors.com/legend today. That's jeremy'srazors.com/legend today. Another person said, use AI for technology and science, not art. It does immediately make sense more with tech and science. And I know that it is now converging into all fields. I honestly don't know a single industry that isn't using it in some capacity. Now, as I continue to learn more about AI, I do see certain tools within it that could save time from, mundane tasks that you don't want to do within your job, but then you can save that time and focus on other parts of your job that do require more focus, more creativity, etc. And I get that. I have many friends, especially some in this room, that keep telling me about how ChatGPT helps them with booking travel or budgeting or grocery shopping, which I don't have a huge issue with at all. I think that's actually great. That's using it as a tool, which is what I think it should be used for. But it's the debate around whether or not AI will replace humans, or will we just use it like a tool like we did with the internet? Because I know people were so freaked out of the internet at first, like, oh my gosh, it's going to take away all of our jobs, and then just added different kinds of jobs and just transformed the world in a different way. So is that what's going to happen with AI? Maybe. Will we all collectively love it in the long run? Maybe. I just have this like ChatGPT fiend over here just judging me profusely. But I will still ask these questions until the end, until the chatbots become real humanoids.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
But I think with this conversation, there was something about seeing it in art, in Vogue, that specifically struck a new nerve. Art is so distinctly human. Creativity comes from the human mind. And now AI is infiltrating art through one of the most iconic fashion magazines in the world, and both literally and figuratively replacing a human being. So it's not even like, it's always art that I have had the most concern with AI, because tech, I see people around in other fields doing it in ways that make sense, but art specifically, I find it's so tricky.
It's scary.
It's scary and it's tricky, and I just don't know where this goes. One girl agreed. It's extremely scary, unethical, and dystopian. I miss when fashion and modeling were about unique natural beauty. Well, unfortunately, that has already sort of detoured away from being about natural beauty. They were starting to come back, but now we're in this territory. Right when we were like appreciating realness again, now we're going to AI.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
What's the point of art without a soul? Oof, that's a interesting question. It's so ironic that in a world that is craving realness and authenticity, we are beginning to be bombarded with things like this. It's also very ironic given the fact that we just got through the grossly over-edited, photoshopped model phase, only to have AI models introduced instead. Now we'll have to add this to the list of things we warn young girls specifically about. Oh, that girl doesn't look real? Oh, well, possibly she's not actually human at all. I mean, and again, infancy stages, people. That's why I like talking about this. I also saw people in a lot of these comment sections pointing to the fact that there are now museums that are portraying AI art in the museums. Like you go to see real art and then you're shown AI assisted art instead. And here's an example of that. AI in the museum is crazy to me. So it's like cool artwork and then it says AI assisted. What does that even mean? Like maybe if we don't want laws, we need like definitions. But even laws would be like if you're required to call it AI. That would be a law. Or it would be a rule for each museum, and some museums don't make the person say it's AI and some do. You know what I mean?
Well, if they're doing this naturally, if they're doing this on their own, it's
Right
kind of like an
now-
artist would be like,
Like
you know, whenever they put like
mixed
oil,
media.
exactly.
Yes. That's why, like, again, it says AI assisted, but I also know how powerful AI is already. And I saw some of these comments being like, AI assisted, let's be for real. This is AI made and human assisted. Because you know that you type in a certain thing and you're popping out a pretty impressive photo.
Okay, some professional-ass art right here.
I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at.
It's abstract, Leslie.
You know, what makes great works of art specifically, so insanely spectacular, like something like the David? It's because I know that a human being created that, crafted that. And that's why it's admirable and cool. But if I know that AI is creating, you know, these beautiful works of art, I'm less impressed. And enough people clearly are because they're being like, well, we have to say it's AI. Because that almost like puts it in a different category right now. New York Post just talked about this. There was a band that had over 1 million followers on Spotify before people realized it was a fully AI band. Which, I'm sorry, but if you go and you look at that band, which I'll show you guys, it looks clearly AI. Like, there's certain photos that you can tell are AI right now, and that's one of them. But people fully believed the band was real. It had a bunch of different voices, different men. It looked like a boy band. And then they weren't saying it was AI at first, which again is what got people mad. Maybe that's the rule. It's like if you're gonna use it, you just gotta say it. And then if that becomes normalized one day, okay, but at least you're being upfront about it. On the flip side of that, though, you have brands like Polaroid who are highlighting the physical as opposed to digital AI in full-on marketing campaigns like this. Which Polaroid is the perfect brand for this, given the fact that they are like one of the few like physical things that they need you to appreciate the physical, or else their whole brand is just ruined by iPhones. AI can generate sand between your toes. So it was a marketing campaign like this, and I said a lot of different things about, you know, different digital media and how it can't be recreated online through digital and must be something like Polaroid. Is this cheesy? Yes. Is it sort of wholesome though also? Yes, which a lot of people appreciated. It may be corny, but I'm eating it up. I mean, yeah, I think what's going to happen is we're just going to appreciate this kind of stuff more and more. And it might just become more rare, but people will still appreciate it because we're yearning for it. I love Polaroid, and it's so insanely refreshing to finally see a company outwardly disapprove of AI. Well, I wouldn't say they're doing that. They're just trying to say that they're better. But there's no proof that they also don't use AI in certain things, okay? So let me just be clear about that. So many have just succumbed to using AI because it's cheap. Thank God for this campaign and thank God for Polaroid. I think there's a balance. And like I said, they could also be using AI. There's a lot of ways to use it now, as we have highlighted in this episode. Someone else called out another interesting point. YouTube demonetizing AI and reaction farms, some companies pushing back against AI, we might be back. You know, I like that attitude, like, oh, it's not going away. Okay, it's not going away. But thankfully, companies like YouTube are starting to do what they can to encourage authentic, original content and crack down on the AI slop that already infiltrated their platform. And slop is basically like AI created videos that are just mass produced and then just thrown up on YouTube and just hoping that it gets views and interactions, which it was getting, right? Were they even monetized at one point, that AI slop? You could like literally start a channel, just make a bunch of AI videos and get tons of subscribers and just tons of money very quickly.
Yeah, I know a guy who's actually trying
Really?
to do exactly this.
Well, now they're
Yeah.
cracking down. Like they're not letting you anymore. They're like, this is, which I think is interesting. But I want to read a little portion of this guy's tweet thread about this crackdown on YouTube. You already have to say on YouTube on the back end if your content has AI in it, or at least you have to check the thing. I don't know if people actually check it or not, but that is something that they already had in place. So he was talking about how YouTube is just cracking down and that if you're uploading soulless AI junk, you're cooked, basically. So July 15th is when the purge begins. This whole thread is really funny. What's getting killed? Robotic AI voiceovers, slideshow videos with no personality, copycat compilations, content that screams, I made this in 10 minutes. It's out. Interesting, Colton. See, they're cracking down.
I dig that. Content looks like it was made in 10 minutes.
Okay, but this is a rule. So
I'm
you're
okay.
saying you're good with every company having rules against AI, but
Yeah.
just not laws being enforced by it.
Yeah, totally
okay,
fine.
but I still just like, where does this go? YouTube's not being mean. They're cleaning up the viewer experience, trying to rebuild trust, rewarding creators who actually give a damn. Yeah, the gold rush is over. Now you actually have to be good. I mean, that's kind of the thing. It was just like a free-for-all at first. And now people are kind of toning it back. But I liked what he said here at the end. Your survival checklist, again, in using AI on YouTube, which is really, frankly, I think using AI in real life. Add value, be original, talk like a human, use AI like a power tool, not a factory. I love that line. Use AI like a power tool, not a factory. I think that is a great way to, frankly, describe my feelings about where I think it can be used well and how it can be manipulated to be not good. I mean, I feel like already, though, I was super anti-ChatGPT. Now I've heard that I can book airline travel through it. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try that, you know. Is that the slippery slope? Am I going down the wrong direction? Maybe every generation before has always thought this about a certain thing, like I was saying earlier, about the internet or something, but this just feels different. Something in the air feels different with this one, which I think is everyone can agree on. If it's used like a tool, great. But if it suddenly becomes a total replacement, then I think the red flags start flying. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. For other content, you can also follow me on Instagram and X, as well as our brand new comment section Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next episode.